letter in hopes that my remorse and realization of what I have put my kids and my loved ones through would inspire me support to help me get the help I need and yearn for. I would like to first...
Yeah. Enough of that. I don't believe anything she's saying. And I'm so glad the judge could see right through her. Listen to this. The judge went in.
Ms. Johnson, I think you're a selfish liar. That's what I think of you. Okay, I want to be very clear. Because this isn't the first time you and I have seen each other. So you were on probation with me. That probation that they're talking about, that child abuse 4th degree, was me. You stood in front of me and told me that you were going to do better, that you made a mistake, that you were going to care for those kids, the same kids that were in the car when you were fleeing with $3,000 worth of merchandise from the police, and then they couldn't catch up with you the next day. Then they see you at the hotel for some other situation that happened. They show up and you say some derogatory terms towards the police officers. I'm not sentencing you regarding that. I'm just bringing you up to date because you seem to have forgotten. All right, you said some derogatory stuff to them, like you're just mad because you didn't catch up with me, blah, blah, blah. So then they arrest you. That, to me, the fact that you stood in front of me and lied then, when those kids were probably in that same situation at that time, sickens me as a judge, should sicken the whole community, that you could be that evil, that you could stand here when I could provide any resource for you at that time. That was before Grandma died, right? Because that's 2024. So this whole excuse about it was Grandma passing away, that I lost my mind at that time. You're on probation with me. You're on a district court probation. If you needed resources and help, they could have been the people to provide it to you. But you didn't. What you did said, I don't care about these kids. It doesn't matter to me what happens to them. They can miss a meal. They can live there with feces and dirt and disgusting situation without a place to sleep, and you call yourself a mother? That has nothing to do with poverty lines. That has nothing to do with mental health. Because if it was mental health, you'd be sitting right in there with them, right? We would have found you with them. But we didn't, because CPS tried calling you, the police tried calling you, and you weren't picking up your phone because you were busy living your life. You were warm. You didn't miss a meal. You didn't care about them. So I am disgusted by the fact that you're in front of me now saying, oops, there was just a mistake. You thought through it. You knew exactly what you were doing. And I'm so sad for those kids. And I'm so sad that I played a part in believing you the first time that I sentenced you and gave you an opportunity at probation. So we are done. There is no sympathy. I cobbed you to guidelines. I'm going to stay within guidelines. All right? It's the sentence of the court is 2025-296015, child abuse 2nd degree. As a HAB 3rd, it's the sentence of the court that defendant served 129 months to 20 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. It's 94 days credit. Same with count 2, same with count 3. They all run concurrent with each other. State cost is 204. Crime victim rate is 130. No contact with these children. I'm not going to say their name into the record. They're minors. No contact directly or indirectly. You do have the right to file an application for leave to appeal with the Court of Appeals. If you can't afford an attorney, I'd appoint one. You got 42 days to make that request.
I'm tendering the form.
All right, record reflects.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Accountability and appropriate punishment. I hope that they will get long-term therapy because they definitely will need it. And I hope they never reconcile with her. Now, this story is very similar to another neglectful, selfish Michigan mother. They're like from the same area. Kelly Bryant also neglected her children, but she neglected her children for years. With Miss Johnson, it was months. Either way, the children were left in filthy, unlivable conditions. So they both are trash moms. With Kelly Bryant, she's still in court. I heard she's stalling, and I hope that she gets the same amount of time in prison. It's actually very scary how similar their stories are. I actually was confused when I first heard about Miss Johnson's story. I was like, wait a minute, I thought it was just one Michigan mom that did this. So it's her and somebody else? Oh my gosh, what water were these women drinking from in Oakland County, Michigan? And I know it's not all mothers in that area. I'm just saying the stories are so similar. How they both neglected their children for extended periods of time. How the schools failed them. You know, CPS failed them, the fathers, the family, everybody failed these children, not just the mothers. And I understand that the mothers may have lied and were deceptive, but I feel like if you really care about children, you will do everything in your power to find out what happened to them. What happened to wellness checks? Are we not doing wellness checks anymore? That's the first thing I'm thinking of. If I know a child and I'm in their life, whether I'm a parent or family member, and I want to get involved with them, I'm gonna do a wellness check. Call the police. Hey, I haven't heard about this child. Even if I'm a teacher, hey, I haven't seen this student. It just very much gives that people are not really caring about children how they claim they are. I think actually Kelly unenrolled her children from school, and so that was her excuse. But either way, the children were failed. And from what I've learned, what made Kelly's situation go on for years, her children living there for years, is that it happened right after COVID. And so everyone was social distancing with the quarantine and everything. So it was just a normal life almost for them. Social distancing may have been normalized, but not actually speaking to your family member was never okay.